really change your life.
The art of networking.
Exactly. And to help us navigate this fascinating world, I've got the insightful Sarah with me today.
Happy to be here, Mike. Ready to unlock the power of connection.
Absolutely. When I used to think about networking, it always felt like those awkward, forced conversations at those stuffy industry events.
Yeah.
But going deep on all this, my perspective has completely changed.
Okay.
It's so much more than just trying to get a new job.
Yeah, you're absolutely right, Mike. It's a really common misconception that networking is like this thing you only do when you need a favor.
Right.
When you need something from somebody. It's actually an ongoing process,
Yeah.
It's about building real relationships that can actually improve every part of your life.
And it's fascinating because it's not even just about those business cards and contacts, right? It's about making real human connections.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's about coming to every interaction with like a generosity, a willingness to help other people without expecting anything back.
It's funny you say that because one of the biggest themes in everything we looked at is this idea of helping others.
Right.
Like help other people, and it comes back to you in ways you don't even expect.
It's not about expecting anything back immediately.
Right.
But it's about fostering that genuine desire to connect with people.
Yeah.
To understand their experiences, to offer your support when you can.
I remember reading this story about someone who offered to help an old colleague with a project.
Oh, yeah.
Even though they didn't want anything from him.
Right.
And later, that same colleague ended up referring them to their dream job.
Wow.
It just shows how powerful it can be. Those acts of kindness can really come back around.
It really is. It's about nurturing those relationships even when you don't need anything.
Right.
And those are often the connections that turn out to be the most valuable.
It's like you're putting money into this relationship bank account.
You're making these deposits of kindness and generosity.
Yeah.
So that when you need to
Make a withdrawal,
you have it.
Yeah. And those withdrawals don't always have to be like, you scratch my back, I'll scratch yours.
Right.
Sometimes it's just about having someone to talk to.
Oh, yeah.
Bounce ideas off of or offer support during like a tough time.
Another thing that really stuck with me was this emphasis on real, genuine interest.
Oh, yeah.
It sounds so simple. But so many people just don't do it. It's not about trying to sell yourself or impress people with what you've done.
It's about genuinely focusing on the other person.
Yeah.
Their interests, their goals.
Exactly.
People are just drawn to those who really want to understand them.
It's like you're flipping the script on all that old networking advice. Instead of thinking, what can this person do for me? You're thinking, what can I learn from this person? How can I help them reach their goals?
And that change is so powerful, it takes the pressure off.
Of like self-promotion and lets you connect on a much deeper level.
One thing I found really surprising was that it's not always about those big formal networking events.
Yeah.
Sure, those conferences and industry gatherings have their place.
Right.
But you can make meaningful connections anywhere.
You can. It's about seeing every interaction as a potential opportunity to connect.
Yeah.
It could be a conversation with someone at a coffee shop,
Right.
a volunteer event, or even just striking up a conversation with someone on LinkedIn.
It's almost like networking is always on.
Absolutely.
A way of approaching the world with curiosity.
And that's what's exciting. You never know where these connections might lead or how they might improve your life.
So let's say you're at one of these events or you just met someone interesting.
Right.
What are some practical tips for moving beyond those surface level interactions
Okay.
and actually building something real?
One thing that kept coming up was finding common ground.
Yeah.
Whether it's a shared alma mater, a passion for a hobby, or even just a favorite book, those points of connection can really spark a conversation and lead to a deeper relationship.
It's like you're looking for those little shared experiences, those things that say, hey, we have something in common.
And it's not just about finding common ground, it's about actively seeking it out.
Yeah.
Asking open-ended questions, listening carefully, and showing that you're really willing to share your own interests and experiences.
Right.
This creates that sense of rapport and makes the other person feel seen and heard.
It's like that saying, to be interesting, be interested.
Exactly.
The more you focus on learning about the other person, the more likely you are to find shared passions and build that genuine connection.
And don't underestimate the power of just saying thank you.
Oh, yeah.
Expressing gratitude shows that you value the interaction and you're serious about building a relationship.
That's such a good point. Sometimes the smallest things have the biggest impact.
Absolutely. It's those personal touches that make networking more than just a transaction.
Yeah.
It turns it into a real connection.
Speaking of making a connection, One thing that really surprised me was how much emphasis was placed on going beyond the surface.
Yeah.
Sure, business cards and elevator pitches have their place,
Right.
but truly meaningful connections often come from shared values, common interests, and that genuine curiosity.
It's about going beyond those superficial interactions and
Yeah.
really getting to know the person behind the title or their work persona.
So how do we do that? How do we move beyond the small talk and make a deeper connection?
One of the best strategies is to ask good questions.
Yeah.
Not just what do you do, but questions that go into their passions, their challenges, what they want to achieve.
So instead of asking, what company do you work for?
Right.
You might ask, what's the most exciting project you're working on right now?
Exactly. Or instead of what's your role, you might ask, what made you want to do this in the first place?
Those are great examples. It's about asking questions that spark a real conversation.
Right.
Questions that let the other person share their story
Yeah.
and show their true selves.
And it's just as important to be willing to share your own story, your own experiences,
Yeah.
and even your vulnerabilities.
Because vulnerability creates connection, right?
Absolutely.
Oh.
When we let our guard down and share our true selves, it creates a space for others to do the same.
That's so true.
Yeah.
It's about creating that feeling of, hey, we're both in this together.
Exactly. And that's when those really special connections happen.
It's amazing how those little changes in how we think can have such a big impact on how we network.
Yeah.
It's about seeing networking not as a chore
Right.
or something you have to do, but as a chance to connect with interesting people,
Exactly.
learn from them, and build relationships that can make our lives better in so many ways.
It really is.
Well said, Sarah. I think we've covered a lot of ground here in this first part of our deep dive.
Yeah.
We've talked about the importance of genuine interest,
Yeah.
finding common ground, and asking thoughtful questions.
Uh-huh.
But let's get even more practical. What are some specific tips for making a lasting impression and nurturing those connections over time?
One thing that came up over and over was following up.
Oh, yeah.
It sounds simple, but so many people just forget about it after an initial meeting.
Yeah, it's like you go to an event, you meet all these people,
Right.
exchange business cards, and then
Nothing.
Yeah.
Nothing. But following up promptly and in a meaningful way is really important.
right?
It shows that you were listening, that you valued the conversation, and that you want to build a relationship.
So what does good follow-up look like?
It doesn't have to be anything complicated.
Right.
Just a quick email or LinkedIn message saying you enjoyed the conversation,
Yeah.
and mentioning something specific you talked about can go a long way.
For example, you could say something like, it was great talking to you about topic.
Right.
I'm really interested in learning more about the specific area they mentioned.
Or if they mentioned a challenge they were facing, you could offer a resource or a connection that might help.
It's all about showing you are listening and that you genuinely want to help.
And don't forget about handwritten notes.
Oh, yeah.
In today's digital world, a personal handwritten note can really stand out.
I love that. It's so thoughtful and unexpected,
And it doesn't have to be a long letter.
right?
Just a couple of lines expressing your appreciation and referencing something from your conversation can make a big difference.
It's those little things that show you're going the extra mile.
Right. You're not just going through the motions.
You really care.
Exactly.
Another tip I found helpful is to keep a networking journal or a spreadsheet
That's a great idea.
where you jot down notes about the people you meet.
It can be as simple as their name, company, and a few key details about their interests
Right.
or goals.
That way, when you follow up or see them again,
Right.
you can reference those details and personalize your interactions.
Exactly. It shows that you were paying attention and that you value the relationship.
And it can be really helpful for remembering those little things that can make a difference, like their kids' names or a favorite hobby.
It's those personal touches that turn networking into a real connection.
So we've talked about following up and keeping track of our connections.
Yeah.
How do we nurture those relationships over time?
One of the best ways is to consistently provide value.
Yeah.
This could be sharing relevant articles, industry insights, or introducing them to people in your network who might be helpful.
So it's about being a resource, a connector,
Wow.
someone who's always looking for ways to help others,
And it's not just about professional support. It's
Right.
also about being there for them personally.
like checking in with them,
Right.
congratulating them on their successes,
Yeah.
or just listening when they're going through a tough time.
Exactly. It's those acts of care and support that strengthen those bonds and turn acquaintances into true friends.
And those friendships can lead to opportunities you never saw coming.
Absolutely. It's all about building those authentic connections, nurturing them over time, and seeing where they lead.
Now let's talk about some of the common mistakes people make when networking. Okay. One thing that kept coming up was putting people on pedestals.
Ah, yes. That classic mistake of being so impressed by someone's title or accomplishments that we forget they're human.
It's like we forget they're just people too,
Right.
with their own hopes and fears.
And when we put them on a pedestal, it creates this imbalance.
Yeah.
We come across as insincere or even desperate,
Right.
which can actually make it harder to connect with them authentically.
So how do we avoid that trap?
It starts by remembering that everyone, regardless of their achievements, deserves to be treated with respect
Right.
and humility.
It's about approaching every interaction as an opportunity to connect with another human being.
Exactly. Not a title or a LinkedIn profile.
Right.
And remembering that real connections are built on shared values, common interests, and mutual respect.
Not on hierarchy or how important we think someone is.
Right.
Another common mistake is being too pushy or demanding.
Oh, yes. The classic hard sell.
Like bombarding people with requests for favors, introductions, or advice without having built a real connection or shown that you're willing to help them too.
And it almost always backfires.
People can tell when someone's just trying to use them.
Yeah.
It's a huge turnoff.
It's about understanding that building trust and rapport takes time. It's about focusing on nurturing those relationships, not on what you can get out of them.
One of the sources shared this story about someone who was constantly asking their old boss for job referrals,
Oh, yeah.
but never really checked in or offered any help in return.
Right.
Eventually, that boss just started avoiding them.
It's a perfect example of how being too aggressive can damage those relationships.
Right.
And actually limit your opportunities in the long run.
It's about finding that balance between staying connected and being respectful of people's time
Exactly.
and boundaries.
And remembering that networking is a marathon, not a sprint.
It's about building those relationships over time
Right.
and being there for each other through thick and thin.
And as those relationships deepen, you'll find that opportunities for collaboration, support, and even unexpected encounters will naturally come up.
Speaking of unexpected encounters, I loved how many sources talked about the importance of networking before you need to.
It's such a smart strategy.
When you glimpse your network, when you don't have something specific to ask,
Right.
you take the pressure off
Yeah.
and you can approach those connections with a more relaxed and open mind.
Exactly.
Plus, when you do need help or advice,
Yeah.
you already have a network of people who know you and your work.
It's like making deposits in a relationship bank account.
I like that.
You're consistently making an effort to connect, support, and offer value.
Right.
So when you do need something, you have plenty of resources to draw on.
And it's not always about asking for something.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's just about having someone to bounce ideas off of,
Yeah.
get advice from,
Right.
or just someone to listen when things are tough.
Exactly. A strong network gives you more than just professional opportunities.
Yeah.
It also gives you emotional support and a sense of belonging.
It's like having a group of people who are rooting for you,
Yeah.
who have your back, and who want to see you succeed.
Exactly. And that feeling of community can be incredibly powerful.
So as we move into the final part of this deep dive,
Okay.
what are some key takeaways you want to leave our listener with about navigating this complex world of networking?
Well, Mike, one thing that came up a lot in our research was how technology has changed everything.
Oh, yeah.
For better or for worse.
Right. We have these amazing platforms like LinkedIn
Yeah.
that let us expand our networks way beyond our immediate circles.
It's like having this massive global directory of professionals at our fingertips.
Exactly. And it's not just LinkedIn. There are online communities, forums, and social media groups for every industry and interest.
It's incredible how much easier it is to find and connect with people who share our passions.
Yeah.
But on the flip side, I think there's a risk that technology can make our interactions feel less real.
I agree. It's easy to get caught up in the numbers game.
Collecting connections without really taking the time to build relationships.
It's like we're sending out these generic connection requests.
Right.
Or spamming people with promotions without really trying to build rapport.
And that's where the art of online networking comes in. It's about using these platforms in a smart and intentional way.
So what are some tips for making real connections online without losing that authenticity?
One of the most important things is to personalize your outreach.
Yeah.
When you're connecting with someone on LinkedIn, for example, take the time to write a message
Okay.
that mentions something specific about their work or profile that you like.
Like a recent article they shared, a project they're working on.
Right.
Or even a connection you have in common.
Anything that shows you've taken the time to look at their profile
Yeah.
and understand who they are.
And once you're connected, don't just wait for them to reach out to you.
Right.
Engage with their content.
Yeah.
And comment on their posts.
Right.
And share articles or resources you think they might find helpful.
It's those little actions that show you're interested and keep you on their radar.
If you want to go even further, you could send a quick message thanking them for connecting.
Yeah.
Or mentioning something specific you found interesting about their work.
That's a great way to start a conversation and build a connection.
And don't be afraid to reach out to people you admire or who work in fields you're interested in.
Absolutely. You never know who might be open to a virtual coffee chat.
Yeah.
Or a quick phone call.
It's about being proactive and using these platforms to your advantage.
And remember, networking isn't just about finding mentors or jobs.
Right.
It's also about connecting with your peers, sharing ideas, and supporting each other's growth.
It's about building a community
Exactly.
of like-minded people.
Who can challenge you, inspire you, and celebrate your successes.
Exactly. And that feeling of community can be so valuable.
Absolutely.
So Sarah, as we wrap up this deep dive,
Okay.
what's one final piece of advice you'd give to our listener about networking, whether it's online or offline?
I would say embrace the power of connection.
Yeah.
Come to it with an open heart, a generous spirit, and a real curiosity for the people you meet along the way.
I love that.
You never know where those connections might lead
Right.
or how they might change your life.
Beautifully said, Sarah. You've given us so much to think about today.
It was my pleasure.
And remember, listeners, networking isn't just about what you can get.
Right.
It's about what you can get, what you can learn,
Yeah.
and who you can become through the power of human connection.
Absolutely.
Now, what's one small step you can take today to start building those meaningful connections?
I'd love to hear your thoughts.
Let us know in the comments below.
And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the Learn English Lab for more deep dives on topics that matter.
Until next time, keep learning, keep connecting, and keep those conversations flowing. We've talked about the importance of genuine interest, finding common ground, and asking thoughtful questions. But let's get even more practical. What are some specific tips for making a lasting impression and nurturing those connections over time?
One thing that came up repeatedly is the power of follow-up.
Oh, yeah.
It sounds simple, but so many people drop the ball after an initial meeting.
It's like you go to a networking event, you meet a bunch of interesting people, you exchange business cards,
Right.
and then
Nothing. But following up promptly and meaningfully is so important.
Yeah.
It shows that you were paying attention, that you valued the conversation, and that you're serious about building a relationship.
So what does a good follow-up look like?
It doesn't have to be complicated. A simple email or LinkedIn message.
Okay.
Expressing your gratitude for the conversation
Yeah.
and mentioning something specific you discussed can go a long way.
For example, you might say something like, "It was great to chat with you about topic epic. I'm particularly interested in learning more about specific area they mentioned."
Exactly. Or if they mentioned a challenge they were facing, you could offer a resource or connection that might be helpful.
It's about showing that you were listening and that you're genuinely interested in helping them.
And don't underestimate the power of a handwritten note.
Oh, yeah.
In today's digital world, a personal handwritten message can really stand out.
I love that idea. It's so thoughtful and unexpected.
It doesn't have to be a long, elaborate letter.
Right.
Just a few lines expressing your appreciation and referencing something specific from your conversation can make a big difference.
It's those little touches that show you're going the extra mile.
Right. You're not just going through the motions of networking.
You really care.
Exactly. You're being authentic and showing that you genuinely care about building a connection.
Another tip that I found helpful is to keep a networking journal
Oh, yeah.
or a spreadsheet where you jot down notes about the people you meet.
That's a brilliant strategy.
It can be as simple as their name, company, and a few key details about their interests or goals.
That way, when you follow up or see them again,
Right.
you can reference those details
Yeah.
and personalize your interaction.
Exactly. It shows
Yep.
that you were paying attention and that you value the relationship.
Right.
And it can be really helpful for remembering those little details that can make a big difference,
Yeah.
like their kids' names or a favorite hobby.
Those personal touches are what transform networking from a transactional exchange into a genuine connection.
So we've talked about following up and keeping track of our connections,
Right.
but how do we nurture those relationships over time?
One of the most effective strategies is to consistently provide value.
Okay.
This could involve sharing relevant articles, industry insights, or introductions to people in your network who might be helpful to them.
It's about being a resource, a connector, somebody who's always looking for ways to help others.
And it's not just about offering professional support. It's also about being there for them on a personal level.
So checking in with them periodically, congratulating them on their successes.
Yeah.
Or offering a listening ear during challenging times.
Exactly. It's those genuine acts of care and support that solidify those bonds and transform acquaintances into true friends.
And those friendships can often lead to unexpected opportunities down the line.
Absolutely. It's all about building those authentic connections, nurturing them over time, and seeing where they lead.
Now let's shift gears for a moment and talk about some of the common networking mistakes people make.
Okay.
One thing that came up repeatedly was this idea of putting people on pedestals.
Yes. The classic mistake of being so impressed by someone's title, accomplishments, or perceived status that we lose sight of their humanity.
That way we forget that they're just people too.
Right.
With their own hopes, fears, and vulnerability.
And when we put them on a pedestal, it creates an imbalance in the interaction. We come across as insincere or even desperate, which can actually hinder our ability to connect with them authentically.
So how do we avoid this crap?
It starts with recognizing that everyone, regardless of their achievements or status, deserves to be treated with respect and humility.
It's about approaching every interaction as an opportunity to connect with another human being, not a title or a LinkedIn profile.
Right. And remembering that genuine connections are built on shared values, common interests, and mutual respect, not on hierarchy or perceived importance.
Another common mistake is being overly pushy or demanding.
Oh, yes.
The classic hard sell approach.
It's like bombarding people with requests for favors, introductions, or advice without having established a genuine connection. Or demonstrated a willingness to reciprocate.
And it almost always backfires.
People can sense when someone is just trying to use them. And it can be a major turnoff.
It's about understanding that building trust and rapport takes time. It's about focusing on nurturing those relationships, not on what you can get out of them.
One of the sources shared this anecdote about someone who was constantly hitting up their former boss for job referrals. Without ever really checking in or offering any help in return. Eventually, that former boss just started avoiding them altogether. It's a perfect example of how being too aggressive can actually damage those relationships and limit your opportunities in the long run.
It's about finding that sweet spot between staying connected and being respectful of people's time and boundaries.
And it's about recognizing that networking is a marathon, not a sprint.
It's about building those relationships over time and being there for each other through both the good times and the bad.
And as those relationships deepen, you'll find that the opportunities for collaboration, support, and even serendipitous encounters will naturally arise.
Speaking of serendipity, I loved how many sources emphasize the importance of networking before you need to.
It's such a smart strategy.
By building your network, when you don't have a specific ask, you take the pressure off. And can approach connections with a more relaxed and open mindset.
Exactly.
Plus, when you do need help or advice, you'll have a network of trusted connections who are already familiar with you and your work.
It's like making deposits in a relationship bank account.
I like that.
You're consistently making efforts to connect, support, and offer value, so when you do need to make a withdrawal, you have ample resources to draw upon.
And those withdrawals don't always have to be transactional. Sometimes it's just about having someone to bounce ideas off of, get advice from, or even just offer a listening ear during challenging times.
Absolutely. A strong network provides not just professional opportunities, but also emotional support and a sense of belonging.
It's like having a tribe of people who are rooting for you, who have your back and who want to see you succeed.
Exactly. And that sense of community can be incredibly powerful.
So as we move into the final part of this deep dive, what are some key takeaways you want to leave our listener with about navigating this complex world of networking?
Well, technology has definitely changed the networking game.
Yeah, it's like a whole new world out there.
Right. We have these amazing platforms like LinkedIn that allow us to connect with people from all over the globe.
It's amazing to think about how much easier it is to find people who share our interests or career goals.
Yeah, but there's also a downside.
What do you mean?
It's easy to get caught up in the numbers, you know, like collecting connections without really putting in the effort to build real relationships.
It's like we're just sending out these generic connection requests.
Right.
Or blasting everyone with promotional stuff without actually trying to connect.
Exactly. And that's where the art of online networking comes in.
So how do we use these platforms strategically?
Well, one of the most important things is to personalize your outreach.
Okay.
When you're reaching out to someone on LinkedIn, for example,
Uh-huh.
take the time to write a message that mentions something specific about their work or profile that stood out to you.
Like a recent article they shared or a project they're working on?
Exactly. Or even a mutual connection you share.
It's all about showing that you've taken the time to actually look at their profile and understand who they are.
Right.
And once you're connected, don't just wait for them to reach out to you.
Exactly.
Engage with their content, like and comment on their posts.
Okay.
Share articles or resources that you think they might find valuable.
It's about staying top of mind
Right.
and showing them that you're genuinely interested.
And if you really want to make an impression,
Yeah.
you could send a short personalized message thanking them for connecting
Oh, yeah.
or mentioning something specific that you found interesting about their work.
It's all about starting a conversation and building that rapport.
And don't be afraid to reach out to people you admire
Okay.
or who work in industries you're curious about.
You never know who might be open to a virtual coffee chat
Exactly.
or a quick phone call.
Remember, networking isn't just about finding mentors or potential employers. It's also about connecting with peers, sharing ideas, and supporting each other's growth.
It's about building a community
Exactly.
of like-minded people who can challenge and inspire you.
Absolutely.
Okay.
And that sense of community can be so valuable, both personally and professionally. So as we wrap up this deep dive, what's one final piece of advice you'd give to our listener about networking?
I would say approach networking with an open mind and a genuine desire to connect with others. You never know where those connections might lead or how they might enrich your life.
That's great advice, Sarah. Thanks for joining me today.
It was my pleasure.
And listeners, remember, networking is about building relationships, fostering connections, and expanding your horizons. So get out there, be curious, be helpful, and watch your network flourish.